Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News with me, Madhushka Balasuriya. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Preparations for May Day rallies are underway. 17 rallies to parade the city of Colombo. 5 railway employees connected to the Pothuhara railway accident suspended from official duties. The 24-hour warning for landslides issued to a number of districts. Iraqis vote in parliamentary polls in security clampdown. Now moving on to those stories in more detail. First up, the police headquarters says that a special road plan within the Colombo city limits has been implemented in line with the May Day celebrations. 15 May Day marches and 17 meeting rallies have been organized in the Colombo district.
The May Day rally of the UPFA is due to be held at 3 p.m. at the Campbell Ground under the auspices of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The rally is to commence from Nelumpokan and make its way to the Campbell Grounds. This is the manner in which the preparation of the rally took place. The May Day rally of the UMP will be held in Ampara. The rally will be held under the auspices of acting leader Karu Jayasuriya and is due to commence at 2 p.m. The May Day rally of the JVP will commence at 4 p.m. at the BRC grounds in Havelock Town under the auspices of Andhra Kumar Desanayaka. Another May Day rally organized by the same political party began at 12 p.m. at the SDS Jayasinghe grounds in Dehiwala. This is the manner in which preparations were underway at the BRC grounds.
Today marks International Workers' Day, more commonly known as May Day. We take a look at the significance of May Day.
Workers gathered in Chicago in the USA on the 1st of May 1886, requesting their work shift be limited to 8 hours a day, thus marking a memorable day in world history. More than 1,000 workers initially engaged in the protest, but as it progressed into its third day, the number of protesters grew to over 65,000. The 3rd of May 1886 was to be the most decisive day of the protests. Following influence from employers, armed policemen opened fire on protesters, claiming the lives of 4 workers. Workers once again gathered at the Haymarket Square, reacting angrily to the attack carried out the previous day. Augustus Spice, Albert Pardons, Adolph Fisher, George Engels, Samuel Fielding, Louis Lang, Michael Stavak and Oscar Nebe, who led the demonstration, were taken into custody. Oscar Nebe was sentenced to 15 years in prison, while Samuel Fielding and Michael Stavak were sentenced to life in prison. The other 5 labor leaders were sentenced to death. The International Labour Organization, which convened in 1889, decided to commemorate their comrades who sacrificed their lives in the struggle to obtain an 8-hour work shift. Accordingly, May 1st was announced as the International Workers' Day, or commonly known as May Day, dedicated to observing the rights and privileges of the working class.
Meanwhile, the first May Day celebration in Sri Lanka was held in the year 1933 under the leadership of A.E. Gunasinghe, the pioneer of the labour movement in the then Ceylon. It was in the year 1956 that Prime Minister S.W.R.D. Bandaranayake declared May Day a public holiday. Now, moving quickly into the present, President Mahinda Rajapaksa, the Prime Minister and opposition leader, issued a message to mark International Workers' Day.
Sri Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa, in his message to mark the International Workers' Day, said, quote, "We need to be constantly cautious of conspiracies to disrupt the workforce of the country. However, I have the fullest confidence that our working people will safeguard the workers' rights and unitedly defeat such conspiracies that come with ulterior motives." Unquote. Hence, the President further said that he trusts the workers of the country will cooperate with the government to overcome all local and international challenges. He added that this occasion is celebrated by the working people of Sri Lanka with enthusiasm and pride, and that the country is indeed fortunate for having established a conducive democratic environment in the country, a peaceful atmosphere in the workplace, and legal rights to organization and assembly to our workers. As a worker-friendly government, we are glad of our success in providing a free and democratic May Day to the working people.
The Prime Minister issuing a message stated that, and I quote, "This May Day affords all of us an opportunity, irrespective of ethnic, religious and other differences, to further strengthen our bonds of unity. The May Day throughout the history has showcased this unity among the working community. It is also an opportunity to defeat conspiracies hatched by the petty-minded against the working community and strengthen resolve to stand as one for the greater good of the nation."
In his May Day message, opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe issuing a message stated that the government continues to take away the rights and benefits enjoyed by the state sector employees.
Now moving into another one of our headline-making stories. 5 railway employees connected to the Pothuhara railway accident have been suspended from official duties. The Rajarata Rajana number 86 express train, which collided with the number 17 Dayata Kerala intercity express train, left 68 injured, out of which 45 are still receiving treatment at the Kurunagala Teaching Hospital.
Railway Commissioner L.A.R. Ratnayaka stated that the locomotive engineer who drove the train from Colombo to Palai, his assistant and the head guard were thus suspended from official duties. Furthermore, the officer in charge of the Pothuhara railway station and the signal operator of the station have also been suspended. The suspensions were issued by the General Manager of Railways, BPA Arya Ratna. The Railway Commissioner added that an investigative committee who were appointed to ascertain the cause of the incident are still continuing investigations into the incident. Meanwhile, railway services along the Northern Railway line from Batticaloa to Palai are yet at a standstill. The Railway Commissioner stated that the railway line will be restored by this evening.
The weather hasn't been the greatest recently, and the DMC, in line with that, has said that the 24-hour warning issued for landslides for the Kandy, Matale, Badula and Kurunagala districts are still in effect. Meanwhile, duty meteorologist Channa Rodrigo of the Department of Meteorology says that rainfall of about 100 millimeters can be expected in certain parts of the island today. The Met Department also requested the public to take adequate precaution to avoid lightning-related accidents.
Showers or thundershowers will develop over most parts of the island during the afternoon and night. Heavy rainfalls more than 100 mm are also likely at some places. Showers can be expected in the coastal areas from Putlam to Trincomalee via Galle and Pothuil during the morning too. There may be temporary localized storm winds during the thundershowers. General public is currently requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by lightning activities during the thundershowers.
Meanwhile, the department further notes that showers or thundershowers may occur over most parts of the island during the afternoon and night. Winds, meanwhile, will be southwesterly or variable, and the speeds will be between 20 and 30 kilometers an hour. There may be temporary localized strong winds during these thundershowers. Generally, however, the sea areas around the island will not be rough. However, the sea areas may be temporarily rough during these thundershowers. Moving on to another note, the Around the World team is in Moscow, Russia currently and are due to depart to Delhi today. Newsfirst and Sri Lanka youth members are on the quest of raising awareness on the World Conference on Youth 2014. Newsfirst Ramesh Ilga Bandara reports.
Around the World in 40 days.
The Around the World team is joining you from Moscow in Russia for one final time. The team was able to visit the tomb of the unknown soldier yesterday, signaling a conclusion of the Around the World team's tour to Moscow, Russia. Now, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is a war memorial built for the fallen war heroes of Soviet Russia who died during World War II. Following the conclusion of the tour of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the Around the World team departed from Domodedovo International Airport to board a flight to New Delhi, India. The Around the World team's next destination is New Delhi, India. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ramesh Ilga Bandara with Yasrat Kamasi from Moscow, Russia.
Still in local news, a stock of agar wood that was to be exported illegally has been discovered by customs officials at the departure terminal of the Bandaranaike International Airport. Speaking to Newsfirst, Customs Department media spokesperson Leslie Garmini stated that the stock was valued at 5.8 million rupees.
Sri Lanka Customs officials at cargo export terminal Katunayaka yesterday detected 4.9 kilograms of wallapatta when attempted to export export from Sri Lanka. The goods were planned to be exported to Dubai by flight number SW558, scheduled to depart on 27th of April. By declaring as incense stick, this shipment is a courier parcel, one package, and value of the Vallapatta is 5.88 million Sri Lanka rupees. And investigations are being carried out by the Customs, Biodiversity, Cultural and National Heritage Protection Division officers.
Meanwhile, still to come on the news, we have the latest details from the 21st memorial of late President Ranasinghe Premadasa. But that's still to come. But before that, let's get into your international news. Moving into matters a bit closer to home. The 21st memorial of late President Ranasinghe Premadasa was held today. A commemorative event was held at the statue of the late president in Alutkade.
A large group including Mahasangha and political representatives were present for the memorial. Subsequent religious observances, family members obtained blessing by presenting a Mathaka Vastara and pen in remembrance of the late president. Thereafter 2 minutes of silence was observed. The three armed forces extended a guard of honor to the late president. Family members of the mayor of Colombo, Muhammad Muzamil, offered floral tributes.
His patriotism did not limit to one race, religion or caste. It was through Minister Premadasa's patriotism that Sri Lanka's sovereignty was secured. He did not allow any conflict to rise within the country, even for one day. He did not try to secure or win his political seat by making deals with foreign political powers. Our country is entangled in a web of conflict. We have to have our backbone and stand on our own feet if we are to uplift this nation and preserve democracy. Ranasinghe, that dream is undefeatable United National Party, a party that provides relief to the people and a weapon for public service.
ජනතා සේවාවට ආයුධයක් කරගත් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය.
මේ රට අද ජාතික නායකයින්ගෙන්
Our nation is lacking great leaders. We can see faults everywhere we turn. These faults are deeply felt. Where is a national leader? We felt this lost after the demise of Ranasinghe Premadasa. What if he lived a bit longer? Now he has departed. But what he has left is a vision of life and a political dream.
ඒත් එතුමන් අපට දීපු ජීවන දර්ශනයක් තියෙනවා. දේශපාලන දර්ශනයක් තිබෙනවා.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. Be sure to stay with us throughout the day for our 55 bulletin. Good day.
Hotline 0114